So this video we're gonna be talking about Clover Health. I can't even say his name. Matt Fila Fi. My apologies for butchering his last name. I can't say his name, but this guy is he's like a younger Warren Buffett, or like similar to Kathy Woods. But basically, he's a guy that came from nothing and he became a billionaire. And he's super rich. And he is well known in the investing community. And a lot of people like him, I think. I could be wrong. Short sellers don't like him. But the retail investors love him. Anyways, I will play a video of him and his conviction of Clover Health when he was taking it public, and then I'll talk more about it. So let's begin.
Was to ask the question, what happens if you built a technology-centric company that focused on consumers and physicians more than anything else and directed it into the healthcare market? And the great thing is we found this company, and this is why we are really excited after months of diligence and work to announce a merger between IPOC and Clover Health to take Clover Health public. So what is this business? In the most basic form, what consumers need to know is Clover offers simple, obvious, and comprehensive healthcare plans for all of us. And so when you go to Clover Health and you sign up for one of their plans, what they also do is go to your doctor and give them very powerful software. That software is a combination of machine learning that takes all this heterogeneous data, clinical data, drug data, your lab results, your blood results, your genetic information, merges it together and allows them to give actionable insights and recommendations every time you see your doctor. That allows them to deliver better outcomes and lower costs. In fact, when you're a Clover member, you see 22% fewer hospital visits and 23% fewer ER visits. That is technology simply and efficiently improving everybody's quality of life. So when you have this kind of disruptive technology, the goal is to make sure that you're launching in a market that can validate it and then scale so that you can generate a lot of value. And this is exactly what they did. When you turn 65 in America, you have two choices. Number one is federally sponsored healthcare called Original Medicare, and number two is private insurance called Medicare Advantage. The reason to start in this market is that these are the folks that need the most help. They suffer the most chronic disease. Almost 7 in 10 have at least 2 chronic diseases. They rely on healthcare. They see a doctor at least 5 times a year. It is a daily use activity. And so by launching in a market like this, not only do you validate the technology, you get the benefit of some enormous tailwinds, which, as you know, creates for us a margin of safety. Number one, it is the largest and fastest growing population cohort in America. Number two, it is growing 5 times faster than any other group. Number three, it has broad political support across the aisle from Democrats and Republicans. So this is a business that you can own not just through an economic cycle, but also through election cycles. It is a market today, just the private insurance for people over the age of 65, that is already $270 billion. And it is growing so fast that it will be an almost $600 billion market in just 5 years. The reason is because every single day in America, 10,000 plus people turn 65 and age in. And when they do, what that means is this is a market that is growing by $1 billion every single week. I have never had visibility to a market like this with this kind of defined, measurable growth. And so when you're a technology business that's cheaper, faster, and better than all of your incumbent competitors in a market this dynamic, what happens is you start to grow really fast. And this is exactly what's happening with Clover. Clover is already growing 2 to 3 times faster than their next 9 nearest competitors. It is a business that, when in market, takes 50% of every single new available member. Every year they compete with these legacy incumbents. What that's created is a business that last year alone did almost $460 million of revenue. And in 2023, we'll do $1.7 billion of revenue. Now, the setup here is for something that we also love, which is to create an incredible virtuous cycle. Because when you combine the power of technology and a great initial market and scale, you can build durable moats. You can build a defensible company that's very hard for laggard competitors to compete with. So for Clover, it works in the following way. They get into a market, they acquire a doctor or they acquire a member. Capturing that data allows them to run their learning, to use their software to help the doctor improve your quality of life every single time you see them. That saves costs. They reinvest all of that in growing faster, making the technology better, and improving the plan so that you continue to get more breadth of choice for less money. That consolidates a market, which brings on more members and more doctors, and the cycle scales. So when you bring all of this forward and you think about the future, here's what I see in a nutshell. Number one, what we have is a business that is actually delivering the promise of technology improving better outcomes and lowering costs in healthcare. Number two is a market that I think is huge and growing quickly. And number three is a business that is consistently taking share year over year over year. And so when you put all of these things together, in my opinion, this was one of the most straightforward investments I've ever made. It's a business that I think will become extremely valuable. It will build a lot of enterprise value and be what I think is going to be our next 10x and 10-year investment.
10x and 10-year investment. It sounds awesome. I mean, he sounds so confident in this company. But maybe he has to. Maybe because, well, I don't know. He's just like, and all of his investments so far has done fantastic, except for Clover Health. If Clover Health didn't get attacked by short sellers, I think this stock would be way more valuable, and it would be probably sitting at $20+ right now. But because of the short seller, the stock crashed all the way down from $16.77 all the way down to $12.08. And yes, I did buy in. I bought in at $12.05. Could the stock go down lower? Absolutely. Absolutely. It can go down to $10 and go down to $9. But the lower it goes, the more valuable or the more of an attractive deal this becomes for investors that want to easily, like, if it goes to $10, I think you can probably easily double your money, because I think but the problem right now, it is under short attack, and if Hindenburg is completely wrong on everything they did, like everything they said, if they were like just 100% wrong, their reputation would be hit really hard. But at the same time, if they're right, and this guy, if he's in the wrong, his reputation would take a big hit. But right now, retail investors still love him. So we'll see what happens. But for some reason, short sellers don't like him, and they're attacking his company. They could, but I've done a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos, and I think that this is an attractive opportunity, in my opinion. If we look at the option market agrees with me. We have a lot of call options, especially at the $15 to $12.50 range that expires next week. I don't have call options. I do have stock in this company, but the option market thinks that this stock is going to skyrocket in the short term. So we'll see what happens. But for the put side, I mean, there's not very much conviction. The call options is almost 3 times higher than the put side. So we'll see what happens. But on Monday, if if they come out and you know, nothing is wrong, this stock's gonna skyrocket. So we'll see what, not Monday, Tuesday. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. And of course, investigations are going on right now. But you also gotta remember, right? Nikola is, you know, got attacked pretty heavily by Hindenburg. And the stock, I was thinking the stock was gonna go all the way down to $5. But it's maintained an $8.38 billion market cap. Why? Because JP Morgan seems to love this company for some reason. Why I have no idea. I mean, I don't like Nikola, but I think the failure of a company, but that's just my opinion. But yet it still has an $8 billion company, $8 billion market cap. And this company, Clover Health, has a $4.88 billion, so half of what Nikola is. So I feel like this stock's probably gonna head back to $20 eventually once everything settles down. But hey, that's my opinion. We'll see what happens. Maybe Hindenburg is onto something, and you know, it's a gamble. It's a gamble at the end of the day. But I think that this is a solid investment. If you know, I really think that this is a solid investment because I've done my research, and if we look at United Health, this is in very similar business model, and they are valued at $311 billion. $311 billion. Clover Health is valued at $4.88 billion. So could this thing 10x your money? Yeah, it could even more than 10x your money. This thing could, like, you know, 100x your money if they become like the same as United Health, right? So yeah, a $40 billion market cap with 10x your money. A $400 billion market cap with 100x your money. So this has a lot of potential to grow. Only time will tell if I'm right or wrong, but I'm gambling on this one. I think that this can be a big winner. Anyways, that's it for my video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.